How's it going, guys? Stas here. So things are about to get real for the stock market as Nvidia is set to report earnings this Wednesday after the bell. So you guessed it, we're going to break down the charts and the upcoming earnings predictions for the earnings again coming out this Wednesday. So jam-packed video. If y'all find value, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe and follow along for more. And with that being said, cheers. Let's dive right into the video. So check it out. Nvidia is trading right now at $924 per share, and it actually has not broken all-time highs in a couple of months. You guys remember there was a streak where every day it seemed like, well, in reality, it was every week or every 2 weeks we were hitting all-time highs, and it's been a couple of months now since we've hit that. I think 975 level is the all-time high. But it looks like a couple days ago, we actually got pretty close to that. We hit 958. But as of Friday's close, we went down 2%. We closed at 924. And we're pretty much 50 bucks off the all-time highs heading into earnings. And one thing that's great, again, we didn't hit all-time highs in the past couple of months. It is what it is. But one thing that's great heading into earnings is, what do you guys see right here? This is a breakout, right? You guys can see clearly we were in this downwards channel for a couple of weeks, right? Ever since we hit all-time highs pretty much up until, just about 2-3 weeks ago. And since that point, beginning of May, we've started to break out of this channel. We're back over the moving averages, and we have a golden cross, which means, well, one of two things. People are getting excited before earnings, buying up this, the stock, speculating it's going to go to 1,000 plus, or people think, maybe it's not one of two things. Maybe it's just one thing, right? It could be that, in terms of people gambling before the earnings, and it could go either way. I mean, you guys have seen the other AI stocks that have reported, right? We saw SMCI report a couple of weeks ago. And yeah, I mean, I feel like these were almost a month ago now. SMCI reported, when was that? In the beginning, actually end of April. So it actually has almost been a month. And those earnings came out. The stock dropped, right? You guys remember that. AMD reported earnings. Their stock dropped, although now it's actually starting to rebound again. It's been a couple of weeks since earnings. So is Nvidia going to do the same? Are they going to report strong numbers, maybe not the best guidance as they have been reporting, and maybe their stock falls initially? Who knows? But either way, heading into earnings, again, all we can see here is what we have in front of us. We're breaking out. We're out of the channel. We're above the moving averages. We have a golden cross. This looks pretty good. I'm not going to lie. And if they do hit a grand slam, crush these earnings, excuse me, guys, we could be going to 1,000 plus. That's how this is setting up on the chart. So let me actually show you these numbers. Give me a second, guys. Bear with me here. By the way, hit the like button. So you guys can see here the market cap. Let me come down a little bit. The market cap is $2.27 trillion. So we're not a $1 trillion company, guys. Nvidia is now over a $2 trillion market cap, which I'm sure many of you guys already knew that, obviously. And their PE ratio, I know the value investors out there are crapping their pants right now, but honestly, it's not that crazy considering the growth that we've seen from this company. Their PE ratio, trailing 12 months, is only a 77, and only a 77. I get it. The value investors are crapping their pants right now. But look, that is decent considering last year's revenue, let me actually pull it up and show you, was a lot lower than what they're projected to report right now, right? Let me show you this. Based on what we have here on Yahoo Finance, the earnings estimates here, the average estimate is $5.57 based on 36 analysts. Of course, there's so many analysts covering Nvidia, probably the most covered stock out there at this point. So based on 36 analysts, $5.57 EPS on average is the estimate. The low estimate's $5.32. High estimate is $6.12. And a year ago, get this, guys, they did 98 cents of EPS. So we're talking an increase of like 500% year over year in EPS. That's insanity, right? Insane. And look at this. Revenue. Let's come down. Revenue based on 37 analysts. Get ready for this, guys. Average estimate, $24.57 billion. Low is 23.66. High is $26.87 billion. And a year ago, they did $6.52 billion. You heard that right. They're projected to do mid-20s billion with a B, and last year they did $6.5 billion. Unreal. So that implies almost 280% revenue growth. You might as well call it 300%. Round up. You might as well. Well, maybe not really, but you guys know what I mean. Almost 300%. So this is nuts. That is why the P ratio is a 77. And honestly, I thought it'd be like 100, 150, but of course their EPS has come up. The stock price has gone up as well, but as the EPS comes up, you know, that's how you find that equation, right? The price to earnings ratio. You take the price, divide it by the earnings per share, the price per share divided by the earnings per share, boom, you get that number. So yeah, Nvidia is at $925 per share right now heading into earnings, guys. And I'm pumped. And you know me, full disclosure, I'm not in Nvidia right now, full disclosure, which I've told the story time and time again here on the channel. I bought Nvidia literally at $125 per share, near the bottom, almost at the bottom a couple years ago, year and a half ago, whenever that was. And I sold it at like $140, right? I took the quick profit. Looking back, obviously, now we're at $925. It's probably the worst decision I've ever made trading-wise. Well, maybe not the worst, but it's got to be up there, right? But of course, hindsight's 2020. It is what it is. We can't dwell on the past, but I'm not currently in Nvidia, guys. But hey, man, if we do get that breakout post-earnings, which we are seeing the signs of it beginning, if this continues, maybe I'll trade it. Maybe I'll hop in for a trade. We'll see how it goes. But overall, guys, what are you doing? Do you own Nvidia? Are you buying more? What are your plans? Let me know down below in the comments. I'm actually super curious what you guys are up to here. And it's going to really determine what the overall stock market is going to do, at least in the short term, right? Because Nvidia is such a big dog now. $2.27 trillion market cap. It's come up so much. It's a huge player. So if they report bad numbers, bad guidance, the stock goes down 5-10%, which is possible, that's going to drag the entire market down. It just is what it is now. The company is so big, it is what it is. So what do you guys think about that? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And let me go back to that AMD chart, then we'll wrap up the video. I actually like the way AMD's chart is looking right now. And another thing worth mentioning, guys, I know AMD reported already, but if Nvidia's numbers come out, they're not that strong, their stock goes down, expect some of these other semiconductor plays to come down as well, in my opinion. Nvidia, or AMD rather, could sell off even more, potentially. But as of now, we are slowly breaking out of the moving averages on AMD. We can see the inverse head and shoulders on the 4-hour chart, which looks pretty good. Left shoulder, you got the head right here if it wants to work. Come on. Right shoulder right there, boom. Now we're starting to push out of the moving averages. But again, it all comes down to Nvidia's earnings. I'm being very patient, not doing anything crazy this week. And yeah, we'll see how it plays out, guys. So what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments. Hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe and follow along for more. And don't forget to check out my Patreon if you guys are interested. I started a portfolio about a year and a half ago on Patreon. Actually, almost a year and a half ago. Holy crap, it's been a while. And I started off with $50 per week. Now I've been doing $100 per week into that portfolio, and I've been building it out ever since. And you guys can see all the moves in real time, all that good stuff, full transparency on Patreon down below, or go to StockSurfS.com/Patreon. The QR code's right here. And there's also a Discord chat. I'm posting, charts and ideas throughout the week on Patreon. So check it out. And with that being said, cheers. I'll see you guys on the inside.